Hello folks, I'm BK and I'm back here to talk about World Cup 2018. 48 matches done. The group phase is over. We have 16 matches more to go. 4 matches were played today. Group G, Japan play against Poland. For the Polish team, nothing was going on anymore. They were already eliminated. For Japan, they still needed a draw in order to qualify for the second phase for the Sweet 16. But Japan kind of a harakiri strategy for this match. They took up some of the best players like Kagawa, Osako, Inui, replaced by Muto, Makino, and Okazaki. What are the reason? Probably to rest these players for the Sweet 16. That was a very presumptuous strategy from the Japanese coach, in my opinion, committed harakiri in this match. The Polish team punished that. They put Kurzawa on the team, was a midfielder, the kind of bald guy who should actually be playing from the beginning. He's a player who moves the ball around, he moves very much, and he creates good plays for the Polish team. They also replaced Fabianski in the place of Kajini as the goalie. Kawajima played a fantastic match, the goalie from Japan. First half, Poland had many opportunities to score the first goal. 0-0 was the score. It was actually a good thing. Japan had luck actually to stay in a draw in the first half. They came back for the second half, and the Polish team continued to be a better team. Not much from Lewandowski. He actually had a kind of very mediocre World Cup, didn't do much in this World Cup, but the Polish team was better. And then Bednarek at minute 14 of the second half, he scored a goal. He's a defender who actually scored a goal for the Polish, giving them the lead against Japan. Then the coach, decided to substitute, putting back Inui, Hasebe, and Osako, and then Japan started putting some pressure against the Polish team, kind of controlled the defense. Japan was a little better than Polish for about 10 minutes, when then the Colombian team scored a goal against Senegal, and everything changed, because by then Senegal was out of the cup. Colombia would have the first place, and Japan would qualify because they had less yellow cards than Senegal. They tied just about everything, goal average and everything else. They draw the match, so everything was the same except for yellow cards that Japan had received less than Senegal. And if they kept the result, they would qualify. So keeping their hearing upon the match between Senegal and Colombia, they just started moving the ball. They just stopped playing completely. They did not even try to tie the match. They did not try to draw. For the Polish team, it was good, and the match finished 1-0. Actually, the Colombian-Senegal match finished after Japan match, so the players had to wait for a couple minutes before celebrating the qualification for the next round. For Colombia-Senegal, Senegal needed a draw to qualify, but they started playing better. Colombia just didn't seem to click that match, and the reason we found out later was because James Rodriguez was just not feeling well. He had some pain, and he was substituted by Muriel. Right after that, Quintero kind of took on the position of James Rodriguez in the middle, started creating things, and the match got even up, finished 0-0 in the first half. Second half, the teams came back, and Colombia was playing better, moving better than Senegal. Senegal adopted sort of like a defensive attitude towards the match, and then after Quintero made a brilliant pass, brilliant assistance to Mina, who this defender who had already scored 2 goals. He scored at minute 29 of the second half, giving the lead for the Colombians. Caio Balde and Sadio Mané start putting a lot of pressure against Ospina, the goalie from Colombia, who made beautiful saves on the second half, but it was just not enough. The Colombians won the match, and they qualified for first place. Japan, because yellow cards, get the second place, and they're going to move on to the next World Cup phase. On Group H, England took on Belgium, and for both teams, they already qualified. They put the reserves, they kind of rest their best players, except for England had 1 player, Stones, on the field. Everybody else was reserves. The Belgian team was completely like the substitutes play for the whole 90 minutes. It seems like they did not want to fall in the first part of the 16, which has Brazil, Argentina, and France, Uruguay, teams that had already won the World Cup before. On the other side, we just have Uruguay, and it seems like both teams wanted to be, Spain and the Spain side. So the first half, nothing happened, a very uneventful match, very boring, very monotonous match. They came back for the second half. The Belgian team a little bit better, and then they score a goal. Januzaj took a beautiful shot, 6 minutes of the second half, to give the Belgians the lead. The British did not try anything, except for in the very end, Rashford had a breakthrough. He was right in front of the goalie, and he missed the goal by a couple inches, and the Belgians won. And by winning, this was a kind of a historical moment for the Belgians, because this is the second time that they beat the British since soccer started. Since for a long time, I think since 1936, They had not beaten the British in soccer. And they finished the group with 100% performance. They won the 3 matches. The British got second place. The Belgians got the first place. So England will play Colombia and the Belgians will play against Japan. And the last match, Tunisia play against Panama. For the Panamanians, you know, they wanted to just say goodbye to the World Cup in kind of a better way. They did not want to finish last, as we had predicted. They're probably the weakest team in the World Cup. For the Tunisians, they want to win a match after 40 years since they won against another Central America team. They beat Mexico in their opening match when they played against Mexico in 1978, when they had Tamini as their best player. This time, they needed to win a match. They played against Panama. They were a better team. Matuidi, which is the third goalie. Actually, you know, I've seen this guy play for the whole qualifying for the Cup. He's a great goalie, but actually Tunisia had 2 other goalies, Mohamed and Hassan, who got hurt. And they were playing ahead of Matuidi, who's the third goalie. If he got hurt in that match, they would have to use Ben Youssef, which is a center forward that played for the Tunisian team. The match started. Tunisia was slightly better. The Panamanians played with a lot of heart. They used a couple other players like Avelin Rodriguez and Barcenas, who had not been playing full matches for the Panamanian squad, and they showed much more. They showed to be much more alive, much more dynamic way. Avelin Rodriguez and Barcenas are younger players. This is a team that uses a lot of older players, veteran players, and this time they play better. And they actually scored the first goal, and a goal against their own goal by the defender from Tunisia, giving the partial lead for the Panamanians. The first half ended like this. Second half, the Tunisian team really started putting a lot of pressure. Ben Youssef scored a goal minute 6 after a beautiful play by Khazri, who gave him a perfect pass. And then 10 minutes later, after Slidi gave Khazri a beautiful pass, he scored a second goal, giving the Tunisians the lead. And the match ended with the victory of Tunisia. Actually, the Panamanians really tried to the very end, almost scored a goal in the end. But it was Matuidi made some nice saves and kept the score as 2-1. Give the Tunisian the 3rd place in the group, gave them a victory, so everybody was happy because the Panamanians actually said goodbye in a very honorable way. We predicted that they were going to be the last team in the World Cup, but they kind of played with guts and heart, and I think everybody was happy about that. And they scored 2 goals in the World Cup. So these are all my comments for today. I'll come back tomorrow with my predictions for the Sweet 16. I'll see